Good.
Good morning, Facebook. How are you guys doing this Friday? This is Veronica with New Beginnings Insurance Group. I want to actually give you guys a little bit on New Beginnings. Most of you guys know what my company is about, but it's an insurance company, and we actually do auto, home, life insurance renters. And we're going to talk a little bit about shopping before you move. We're going to talk about address verification, life insurance. We're also going to talk with Brian Harris from the Black Book. He's a creator and founder of Black Book, and also the president of the Black Business Council. So shortly we'll talk to him and we'll get him involved in some of the stuff that I'm talking about as well. Just what I do want to do, I want to give you my contact information. I'm located at 2300 West Sahara in the U.S. Bank building on the 8th floor across from the Palace Station. My phone number is 702-625-8989. And New Beginnings, what we typically like to do is we like to educate our customers when they come in for insurance quote or questions or anything like that. It's just, to me, it's always been important because a lot of us don't know. We don't know what we have no clue. So some of the things that I've come up with, and Brian, I'm going to probably ask you to intervene a couple of times too.
For sure.
But some of the things that I've come across recently is there's people who's moving to Nevada. I was going to say just California, but no, it's from all over. I've experienced people from Michigan, California, Arizona, everywhere. And as we know, the Nevada insurance rates are high.
Yeah.
The auto insurance is sky high. So I tell people, you absolutely cannot compare Nevada's rates to any other state.
Sure.
Because they're very expensive. So some of the things that I thought that was important is that people need to make sure that they're shopping before they move.
You're exactly right.
Go ahead.
I tell people, just as in business and life, you either plan to succeed or you don't plan and fail. So when you even look at insurance, if you're not planning it out and looking and observing and taking out the data, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt. So I agree with you. You have to plan and you have to check everything out.
Yeah. One of the things that people need to understand is when they are moving, the rates will be higher, but you also, this is not even just out of state. Mm-hmm. This is within Las Vegas. The zip codes. A lot of insurance, or most insurance carriers, they go off of the zip code. Mm-hmm. So you literally could move 5 minutes away, but if that zip code changes, mm-hmm. it can increase or decrease your rates. So with that being said, what I have noticed, and I'm sure if I've noticed it, that the insurance carriers, they saw the trend a long time ago. So
Absolutely.
they put their foot down. And what they are doing now is they are asking for verification. Mm-hmm. So if you move in from, I'm going to give you a couple examples. You move in from California and you moved 3 months ago and now you want insurance and you're mm-hmm. shopping, they're going to automatically bring up that address that's from California. And the thing that would help more is if you have that driver's license, that Nevada driver's license. And typically when they ask for the verification, it can be that one of the first things is going to be the Nevada driver's license or ID, your taxes, your pay stub, usually 2 electric bills. There's so many different things, and a lot of times it's a challenge. And these people who are moving from out of state, they can't provide any of that stuff.
Plus, you have to be careful too, because if you're in a certain state for over a certain amount of time, you got that insurance, you have that driver's license. Mm-hmm, you get mm-hmm. pulled over by the police, and they realize you've been here for 6 months or so. There's a chance you could get a fine or a penalty.
You're right.
Just because you have not switched it to the right state.
You're right. I had someone recently, we quoted them and the rates were way too high. I mean, she was like, I damn near died. But mm-hmm. but the rates were high, and she said, I'm just going to go have my family member in the other mm-hmm. state just put me back on the policy. And I said, okay, well, ma'am, how are you going to register your car? And she said, I'm just going to have it done in Michigan. Well, how are you going to drive the car to Michigan if it's not registered? Well, apparently some states you don't have to take the car mm-hmm. in, so she said she's going to do that. So I said, okay, that's fine. But what I do need you to understand is every state is different. And some states are not fault states and some aren't. Mm-hmm. So if you take it to a state that's a not at fault state and you get in an accident in Nevada, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how much they're going to cover you and how much you're going to be in the deficit that someone may take you to court and may sue you or anything else. So we have to be careful with those things.
I've heard of situations where the insurance company would pay the other person off but say you're on your own.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, what they may also ask is verification of your residency. Mm-hmm. And maybe you don't have any more verification of your other state because you're here. So now there you go. So with insurance companies, insurance carriers, we have to be careful. We cannot and we are not as slick as their investigators. That's just all it is to it. So you want to make sure when you're moving that you're shopping or trying to shop with the carriers to see what the rates would be to make sure it's affordable, because you don't want to get stuck out here in Nevada with no insurance, because one day of no insurance is a $250 fine with the DMV.
Absolutely.
So a lot of these people who move here don't know that, and I break all that down and they're so shocked. Mm-hmm. They're just like devastated. So that's really important. Also too, I know we were talking earlier and you were saying about the importance of shopping and how everyone's different. Do you want to touch on that a little?
I just tell people, we sometimes have loyalties to people and businesses that have no loyalty to us. Everybody, I recommend, should get an insurance checkup. Yearly or at least every other year. You need to check it out and see, are you paying too much for your insurance? Also, you have to have a strict strategy. You know what? You may have an older, nice car, like I do, that I still have it insured full coverage, but I may have $1,000 deductible versus having a $200 deductible. Mm-hmm. That can significantly affect your rates. Yeah, you need to look at everything from your housing. Same thing. Do I have the right deductibles? Do I have the right coverage price-wise? Because those can be very, very they can affect the insurance costs you're paying. So to have a good insurance person like the one I have sitting over here, you should use them to give you a review, give you an evaluation, have them work with you on your team to come up with a strategy to win, so that they earn their money and they earn their trust by basically coming in and helping you save a few dollars and set yourself up the right way. That's why Geico is not around. That's why a lot of folks are not around, and they get these cheap insurances and then they find out you get what you pay for. You can still get comparable insurance and still have an insurance person here. And I have to thank you, Veronica, because you're on the black book. Mm-hmm. And you came on and folks, we have to support each other. We have to give ourselves a chance and the people right here to earn your votes. Earn your business. So
another question I have for you. I know you spoke about the deductible, and I know, actually before the deductible, you spoke about, earlier we were talking, and you said that you usually say, the review get at least 2-3 years, and I said, well, I usually tell people to stay with their carrier a minimum of 3 years and not hopping around. And your rebuttal was, well, I'm not saying hop around, I'm saying check out your policy, make sure there's no gaps. Yeah. Make sure you still need what you have, or make sure that you bought a new car. Did anyone offer you whatever the extras are, the extra perks? And you have to check it out. And I'm gonna jump even from there and give an example. You do life insurance. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of the commercials in their 10-year life or their 20-year policies, which is cool because they're really low policies and you might be young. But some people, because they don't check everything out, they get that policy and then it goes 25 years and they still think they're under insurance, and then they get the big surprise. Yeah, you're right. That's why it's important, not just even with your auto, not just with your home, also with your life insurance, that you make sure that your stuff is up to date and in check. So you're saying that. So I'm going to tell you this story. Just recently, it was just this week. So I have a customer, she's a friend of mine, and we did a policy for her daughter, $50,000 term policy for 30 years. I've had the policy for a few weeks. We were just waiting for her policy. So she came in the other day. Before she came in, I was like, let me look through this policy, make sure I understand everything. So I read the policy. The policy is a 30-year simplified policy, $50,000 term. but the first 5 years, the rate's the same, the premium's the same. Every year after is going up. So the 6th year to the 30th year is going up. So I'm looking at this and I'm devastated, like, this is not what I offered her. What's going on? So I reach out to the carrier, and the carrier tells me, oh, this is a 35, not a 30-30. So what a 35 is guaranteed for the first 5 years, the rates will be the same. Anything after that, after the 5 years, the rates go up.
Yes.
And then of course the 30-30 is it's solid, the premium's the same for the 30 years. So luckily, I looked at that policy before she came in. I talked to her that day and she said, oh yeah, I'm glad you did too, because I just threw it to the side. That's what most of us do. We throw our policies to the side.
Exactly.
I'm guilty as well. We have to pay more attention, because what would have happened is after 5 years it would have gone up. Maybe I'm in business, maybe I'm not in business, but it would have reflected badly on me, because she would have been like, what is this?
What did she just give me?
Yes.
Exactly.
It started at $134 a year. The 30th year was $795. That's a big jump. It's not, it's, you know, I won't say that it's huge, but it's a big jump. You're paying $12 a month, and by the 30th you're paying how much? So it's really important to pay attention. It's really important to have an agent that pays attention,
Absolutely.
that knows what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And because, you know, if someone passes away, you never look at that policy, and all of a sudden mom's paying for the policy and she stops paying for it because she can't afford it, and someone needs it and they think they got a policy, they don't have anything because you couldn't afford it anymore and you didn't pay attention when you first got the policy.
Absolutely. You either plan, folks, we can either plan to succeed, or we don't plan to do car washes.
Exactly. And we don't want to leave debt for a family. We don't want to leave bills for a family. We want to leave a peace of mind. It's already hard enough on them with their grieving, and they don't want to have to, you know, figure out how are they going to get this money to bury you. That's just something that they don't want to. And then also too, life insurance is also an investment, as some of you guys have heard Don say before, and a few other people. It's like a savings account. It's an investment. At the end of it, if you pass away, you have children that's under the age of 18, you have a mortgage or more than one mortgage that you're paying for, and you have the adequate coverage, that money can help pay for those mortgages. That money can help raise your children. That money can help put your child through college. At the end of the day, for some of these people out there, because you know what? They're out there. You have some of us, rather it's our culture or some other cultures, they don't want Susan to take care of the kids when they die. They don't want Sancho coming through the back door when they die. Guess what? A life insurance policy will keep Susan, or may keep Susan, from raising your children, and it'll keep Sancho from raising your children. So you have to think about those things. We have to change our mentality about life insurance. So with that being said, I'm going to actually have Brian discuss more and talk about the Black Book and the Black economics in our community. Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah, I specifically wanted to talk about Black Book TV. Hopefully you folks have heard about it. We're coming in August. It's going to be the only locally owned free air Black TV station with design for Black content to uplift our community. It's designed so that we can find out what's going on in Black Las Vegas. We're excited about it. It's going to have some talk shows here in Vegas. We've been on Black Book Monday for over 2 years. We're going to expand it, and it's going to be a whole hour talk show, Black business talk show. We're going to look at stuff like Black Las Vegas. We're going to hang out and show you what's going on in our town on the Black side. We're going to have stuff like the Black Vacation Station, where we're going to have videos sent in from all over the world. So we want to have an exciting station that's not like everybody else's. An interesting stat is that many of the people are moving away from cable. We are what they call a low-level station, which means you use those rabbit ears, you use the antennas. Well, it's changed a lot. High definition, per the requirements of the of the United States, they required it that these ABC, CBS, NBC, they have to broadcast high definition through the antennas. That means these are pictures that are just as clear as the pictures on cable. So many of us are spending money for cable, and we're getting all these channels that we don't watch, but we're throwing away thousands of dollars a year. I disconnected from the cable company 3 years ago, haven't missed them. Saved over $3,000, which I could spend on insurance, which I can spend on a lot of other things than basically seeing something that I can watch for free.
So Brian, I'm sorry. So who's doing your production?
Oh, great. Lordland Films, my buddy Crazon, who is a filmmaker, who is basically phenomenal. He's out there. He's going to be the person helping us put content. We're also working with people across the country. We're working with a gentleman out of Gary, Indiana that has 10 radio stations. We're working with another person out of Atlanta for content. So we've got a lot of people behind the scenes as we put this together. And bear with us. It's going to take us time to grow. But we will be up and effective in August. We will be quality. We will be something that uplifts the community. Our objective is to take back our image. Lordland Films, Crazy D always says that a strong black image is necessary for our success. So we don't have any media stations right now that we control that are black owned, especially locally black owned. We will also broadcast through Lordland Films on Cox Cable, so you can see our content on cable and internet. But we're going to have you turn it on the channels, because if you disconnect now on the free airwaves right now, the low levels, there are over 50 stations. I watch a lot of them today.
Let's. What I want to do is I want to make sure you give your information, and then you can continue, just so they can kind of have it, because I'm sure there's people out there that want information on how to contact you, and then I'll give mine.
If you want to find out more information, call or text. Do not leave a voicemail. It's Brian Harris, 708-805-3819, 708-805-3819. If you want to be a member or sponsor or take ads, you can contact me either on my Facebook, Brian Harris EMC Consultant. You can go to our app, The Black Book, www.theblackbook.directory, and you can become a member of the historic Black Book TV by going to www.ourblackdollarsmatter.com, and that's ourblackdollarsmatter.com. You can join, become a member of this historic project, and help us take back our image.
Okay, you guys, so I'm just going to give my contact information again, and then we're going to go ahead and let Brian continue to talk. So again, I'm at 2300 West Sahara, across from the Palace Station in the U.S. Bank on the 8th floor. My number, 702-625-8989. 702-625-8989. If you need that life insurance, if you have the life insurance policy, if you have any questions, you need auto, renters, home, whatever it is, insurance pertaining to insurance, call me. I can help you. Go ahead, Brian.
Thanks, Veronica, for having me on your Facebook. I want to tell y'all why this is so important. You have to look at trends. I look at trends. The trends were to go to cable. The trends are leaving cable now. Again, because of internet TV, but also because of cost. I saw an article on Facebook, and it said something. Analysts estimate U.S. cable satellites and telcos shed between 3.4 to 3.5 million traditional subscribers. 3.7% they're losing. They are losing subscribers because there are other ways to get your TV on.
There is. You're right. I have Wi-Fi with Cox still, but I use Ustream, iStream.
Exactly.
And I mean, there's so many people. Like you said, I don't watch all those channels, so why am I paying for them?
It's funny. I watch ABC, CBS, NBC right off of my wireless. It's high definition. It's actually clearer than cable. And then I got some great Bounce TV is on the free wire thing. I love Bounce TV. I get to watch all my old shows on there, the Cosby's, just all these shows, and I'm watching them for free. I'm not paying somebody. They've got some great videos. And I'm talking about these are black music. One is old school. They got one that is hip hop, and we're gonna be right in between it.
Okay.
We're gonna have our own black market QVC type, where basically you can buy products from us, made by us or sold by us, folks. This will be affordable TV. If you're basically a business, you can now get on TV and sell your products. You can get out and have the opportunity to be seen by over 2 million people here. So think about this as you decide to support us. Please go. We have some sponsorships. We got something as little as bronze, which is $10, silver, and gold, which you guys can come in and become a member, which help us grow and help us as we start through this path to take back our image. Because folks, this is the thing that hit me hard. They said in 2 decades, black folks as a whole will have no wealth. We must change that trajectory ourselves by going out and supporting our businesses, by going out of the way, just as the Jewish communities do, just as the Hispanic communities are doing right now. They support their own businesses and they create wealth and they recycle their dollars. We have to start doing that. And we have to change the trajectory. I do not believe that we will have no wealth in 2 decades if we have the sense of urgency to change the direction.
Exactly. No, you're 100% correct on that. And with that being said, for all the moms and dads out there, and I know moms, we do it more, we have to teach our children how to be responsible and pay for their own life insurance policy. If we're not teaching them this, then they're not understanding the importance of life insurance, and then it just continues. The cycle continues. Mom didn't pay for it. Mom passed away. Now child has no policy. We need to teach our children.
And let me throw something into here. The biggest generational wealth transfers through insurance. People who don't look like us understand that insurance allows their offspring to not have to start at the beginning all the time. They are ahead of us for a lot of reasons, but this is one we can get ahead of and at least stop always starting from ground one. We should want to leave something to our offspring so that the next generation is better than us. And I would tell you, when I was young, I remember used to say, man, if I die and the bank account is zero, then I made it. But if I die and I've left nothing to my family, then I failed them.
Exactly. Most definitely. It's just crazy. We have to change our mentality. We do. Yep. We have to. And one of the only ways to do it is to collaborate with people like Brian, to understand the economics, different things like that. I know in that area I'm not very strong, and I know eventually I'll get there. But that's definitely one of the areas we may have to start hitting up daycares and preschools, because at a certain age our mentality, we don't want to change it.
Yeah, and one of the things, I do believe that our youth want to understand more, because the bottom line sometimes we do is we focus on the babies, but you can't save the babies unless you save the parents.
Unless you save the parents. True. That's true too. That is definitely true too. So there has to be some middle, somewhere in the middle. We have to definitely meet. Well, you guys, we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank Brian Harris for coming on the show. I also want to thank you for actually introducing me to Don Marquez, because if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't know him.
It's called networking.
Yeah, so I want to thank you for that. And I'm sure we'll be doing some business, in the near future. You guys out there, if you want to come on my show, you can call me again, 702-625-8989, or you can inbox me. I have 2 Facebooks, Veronica Nicholson or Veronica Nicholson McKinney. We also have the Twitter, which is at MB Insurance, and the Instagram, which is at New Beginnings LV. So if you have any questions about insurance, remember, call me. Come see me. Come see Brian, Black Book,
If you
Black
have
TV.
if you have a business or black owned business, that means it's 50% or more black owned. You should be on the Black Book. www.theblackbook.directory.
702-625-8989, 2300 West Sahara, U.S. Bank building on the 8th floor. See you next week. We'll be working with Sheila Williams from Sherwin Book Services. Have a nice day.